And good morning and welcome back to another episode of Rise and Shine Yoga. I've been away for about, I think a few weeks now. I was in Africa climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, trying to raise money for a local animal rescue organization that I'm involved with, Canine Companion Rescue Center, CCRC. Proud to report that I made it to the summit. It was a ton of fun. Went by really quickly. Actually did a little bit of yoga on the mountain. But I'm glad to be back in the States, ready for another episode of Rise and Shine Yoga. So as we always do, let's get into our seated position. Your legs can be straight or they can be crossed. Sit up nice and tall, close your eyes. Bring your palms together at the center of your heart. And as we always do, we want to set an intention, a dedication. We want to offer our practice. And this intention, this offering, can be for anyone, can be for someone who is struggling with something mental, physical, emotional, can be for yourself, can be for the world. But for whoever it's for, know that that intention is going to be with you throughout your practice this morning, and they will get all the benefits of your practice. They will get all the benefits of your hard work, which is a really cool thing. So we just seal in that intention just by bowing our chin to our chest, knowing we can come back to our intention at any time during our practice if our mind wanders, our breath is kind of all over the place, our body's just not cooperating the way we think it should. Just by coming back to that intention, that offering, hopefully that will give us the inspiration to continue on, persevere in our practice. And we come back up. Let's get right into that, excuse me, yoga breath. Nice inhale through the nose. And the exhale through the nose, constricting the back of the throat. So our breath should be nice and controlled, no huffing and puffing. If as we go through the practice you find that your breath is kind of all over the place or shallow or it's just difficult to breathe, just kind of come back, kind of center that breath, get it under control. And that's really the essence of yoga, our good breath. So continuing with our warm-up, take your right hand, bring it by your left ear. And just bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. We're not yanking our neck. We're just gently bringing the right ear to the right shoulder as we stretch out the back of the neck here, or the left side of the neck. And release your head to center. Take your left hand, bring it by your right ear. This time bring the left ear toward the left shoulder as we stretch out the right side of the neck. And then release your head to center. And then this time just bow your chin towards your chest as we stretch out the back of the neck. And bring your head back up. This time take your right hand, bring it behind your right hip. Take your left hand, place it onto the right knee as we gently twist over to the right, sitting up nice and tall. Gently come back to center. take your left hand behind your left hip, right hand onto the left knee. So we twist over to the left, sitting up nice and tall. Our left hand behind our hip, we're just on our fingertips. And come back to center. Take your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, look up to the sky as we stretch out the front part of our chest. And release. Bring your hands, arms in front of you, interlace the fingers. Press them forward, sit back as we round the back, stretching out our back. Come back up, release your hands. Bring your right hand on the outside of the right hip so your fingers are pointed out toward the side. We're going to inhale the left arm up, and we're going to reach it over our left ear, really lengthening it over our head so we stretch out the left side of our body. And gently come back up. Bring your left hand on the outside of the left hip. Inhale the right arm up and lean over to the left, really extending the right arm over your head, over your right ear, so we stretch out the right side of our body. And gently come back up to center. This ends the first segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. Take a breath, take a break, maybe get a drink of water, maybe get a towel, and then we'll come back in our next segment, continuing with our warm-up, continuing with our Rise and Shine Yoga practice.
Hi, I'm Connie from Connie's Kitchen here on OCTV, which is channel 99 on AT&T and 191 on Charter. Join us here on OCTV, join me in Connie's Kitchen, and learn to have fun in the kitchen, to relax and enjoy yourself. Come on, what'll it hurt? You'll have a good time.
And welcome back to our next segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. So I want you to come to a kneeling position in the middle of your mat. If you have a blanket, you can place it in the middle of your mat. If not, that's fine. So we're going to kind of stretch out our feet and toes. So starting in a kneeling position, the top of our feet press into our mat. We're just going to sit back on our heels, sit back, stretching out the top of our feet, around our ankles. And then gently come back up to kneeling. This time get on your tippy toes. Bring your feet together. And we're going to sit back on our heels. This time stretching out our toes. And then gently come up to kneeling. This time, kneeling on your left foot. Bring your right foot out to the corner of your mat to a lunge. We're going to take our hands, place them on top of our right thigh. Our left foot, top of the left foot to press into the mat. We're just going to lean forward. Just feel a little stretch in the top of your left leg. couple options for this pose is you can bring your hands on the inside of your right foot, or you can come down to your forearms. It just gets you deeper into the pose. But as always, listen to your body. And gently come up. We'll just switch legs. So we're going to kneel on our right knee and bring our left foot into a lunge, the corner of our mat. Top of our right foot pressed into the mat. And we're just going to start with our hands on top of our left thigh. We just gently lean forward. And then again, there are the different options. You can bring your hands on the inside of your left knee, or you can come down to your forearms. And again, just listen to your body. And gently come back up. Come back to a kneeling position. Now we'll come into hands and knees pose. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a quick look back. If you see your feet, just bring them behind your knees. So we're going to kind of open up the spine and warm up the spine with some cat-cows. So with a flat back, we're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the head to the sky. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round the back. And one more time. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And then exhale, round the back. Come to a flat back. Bring the big toes of your feet together. Sit back on your heels. Extend your arms forward. For our first child's pose of the morning. And then very slowly come back up. The tabletop hands and knees pose. This time, bring your right foot between your hands and then your left foot between your hands. Put a big bend in your knees. Let your arms, let your head just relax, just dangle. If you want, you can grab opposing elbows. Should feel a nice stretch behind your legs. And then release, very slowly. Come all the way up to standing. Bring the arms up to the sky. And exhale, palms together, center of the heart. So we're going to do a few standing poses. So we're going to do a balanced pose, tree pose. So we're going to start with our left side. So we're going to press our left foot into the mat. Bring your hands to the waist. There's a couple options for this tree. So you can take your right heel, bring it on the inside of the left ankle, and then you can bring your arms out. This is kind of option one for tree. Or another option is you can take the bottom of your right foot, press it into the inside of the left calf, making sure your foot is below the left knee. And then you come up into tree, making sure the arms are nice and strong. And then gently bring your hands to the waist. Release your right foot down. And then we'll just do the other side, pressing the right foot into the mat. So you can do option 1, take your left heel, bring it on the inside of the right ankle. That's option 1. Or you can take the bottom of your left foot, press it into your right calf for option 2. And if you bring your arms up, these are your branches. They need to be really strong, really engaged. And then bring your hands to the waist and release your left foot to the mat. So this is the end of our second segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. In our final segment, we'll do our seated poses and closing meditation. So again, get a drink of water, take a quick break, and I'll see you in our final segment.
Hi, I'm Elgin Nichols.
And I'm Terry Stiles.
Join Terry and me with the Oxford Weekly News broadcast on our Charter 191 and AT&T Channel 99, Monday through Friday, noon, 6:30, and 11 p.m.
Learn about local news in the Addison Township, Leonard, and Oxford viewing areas. News not usually covered by other stations.
If you don't have Charter or AT&T service, you can still catch our programs on your computer just by going to the website occtv.org and click on Programs. There you will find our programs and many others of local interest.
Watch OCTV where your news is closer to home.
Welcome back to our final segment of Rise and Shine Yoga, our seated poses. So I want you to have your legs extended. I want you to inhale your right knee up. Bring your right hand behind your right hip. Have your left leg extended with your toes pulled back and pointing to the sky. We're going to inhale the left arm up. Then we're going to twist to the right. We're going to take our left hand, bring it on the outside of the right knee, bring it into the chest. As we twist over to our right, maybe looking over the right shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall. And gently come back to center, a little counter twist over to the left. And then extend your right leg. This time we're going to inhale the left knee up. Have your right leg straight, toes pulled back and pointing to the sky. Take your left hand behind your left hip. Inhale the right arm up. Twist first to the left. Take your right hand on the outside of the left knee. Bring it into the chest as you twist over to the left. Maybe looking over the left shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall. And come back to center, a little counter twist to the right. And back to center, extend both legs. This time I want you to bring your right leg out to the side, take the sole of your left foot, bring it on the inside of the right leg, and I want you to kind of maybe twist your leg or your body in line so you're facing your right foot. Your right toes pointing to the sky. Bring your hands behind your hips. Just press yourself forward. Then we're going to inhale the arms up to the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to reach toward our right foot and maybe touch the toes or your ankle or your shin. Just make sure your back isn't rounded. It's just flat. Should feel a nice stretch behind the right leg. And gently release, come back up. Extend your left leg out. This time bring the sole of your right foot on the inside of the left leg. And again, you may have to just turn your torso to face the left foot. Make sure the left toes are pointed to the sky. And again, you bring your hands behind your hips. Just press yourself forward. Inhale the arms up. And then again, reach towards your left foot. Maybe you grab the toes, maybe the ankle, the shin. And again, just make sure that your back's not rounded. It's a flat back. And again, you should feel a nice stretch behind the legs here. Then release, come back up, extend both legs. This time make your way to lying your back. This time I want you to bend your knees, place your bottoms of your feet on the mat, and we're just going to do a few what's called bridge pose. Bring your hands down by your side, palms pressed into the mat. And all we're going to do is we're going to inhale and just lift our hips up to the sky. Key thing here is we don't want our hips to sag. And our legs are strong, and I want you to picture maybe holding a beach ball between your legs. That's how strong I want your legs to be. And then very slowly lower the hips to the mat. Take a breath. And one more time, inhale, hips up, making sure the legs are really holding that beach ball in place. And gently lower your hips down. Extend both legs straight. Keeping your left leg straight, bend the right knee. Bring it into the chest. We squeeze it in. And then gently release the right leg straight. And then bend the left knee. You can bring that into the chest, or you can bring it into the armpit, keeping the right leg straight, keeping the right toes pointed to the sky. Then bring both knees into the chest. Maybe rock side to side. Bring your arms out to a T. Let your knees drop gently over to the right. And if it's available, pick your head up, take the gaze over the left shoulder for a spinal twist. The higher you bring your knees up towards your chest or waist, the deeper the twist. Bring your gaze and knees back to center. Let the knees drop over to the left. And maybe pick your head up, take the gaze over the right shoulder. Bring the gaze, the knees back to center. Really hug the knees into the chest for a final hug of gratitude for taking the time this morning to take care of yourself. And then gently make your way up to a seated position at the front of the mat. Bring your palms together, bow your chin. Thank you so much for letting me lead you in your practice this morning. Hope you guys have a great week. And we'll see you next week for another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga. And we end with Namaste.
There is a place a place where the air is pure and water runs sparkling clean. There is a place where a small, quaint village stands, surrounded by vast meadows and rolling hills. That place is the jewel of Oakland County. It's called Oxford, Michigan. If your dream or vision is for a safe, secure, and better life for you and your family, this is your invitation to come see for yourself the wonderful experience that could be yours. It's true that many lakes, nature trails, fishing, and over 500 acres of parks attract lots of people to Oxford. But there's much, much more. Quaint little shops, small pubs, and many unique fine restaurants. Near the center of town is a white church with a steeple, and a park where a live band can be heard playing from the gazebo on hot summer nights. You are easily transported into a more relaxed and unhurried time. Although the village of Oxford reminds you of years past, the warmth and pride of its hard-working residents truly sets it apart from other communities. Oxford School Board has worked with parents to provide their children with the finest education possible. The result? A modern global school system with the first world-renowned international high school program, the 5th Core World Language and Culture program, and 11 premier sister schools expanding the globe from China to Mexico. Oxford residents are safe and secure in knowing they have one of the most modern police and EMT forces in Oakland County. If your vision is to start or expand a new business venture in a fiscally responsible environment, Oxford, Michigan welcomes you with open arms. We are one of the few Oakland County communities to offer the unique one-stop program, where Oxford officials make it easy for developers and builders to complete their projects from start to finish. The one-stop process cuts through financial and legal red tape, frustration that usually faces entrepreneurs as they try to get their project off the ground. If your dream is for a new business venture or a better life for you and your family, there is a place called Oxford, Michigan. You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the village of Leonard.